Hello everyone, welcome to Excellent Watch. My name is Tim Sturdivant, coming to you from beautiful downtown Marshville. Today we're going to talk about the Seiko skx007. This watch company was started in 1881. Before we go any farther, let me do my customary wrist check. Today I'm wearing my Vostok Amphibia. That's the next video. This watch company was started in 1881 in Tokyo. To give you an idea, give you some perspective on what was going on in 1881, that was the year of the famous gunfight at the OK Corral between the Earps and the Clantons. That was also the year that President Garfield was shot by Charles Guiteau. This watch company came to America in 1965 with the 6105, now called the Willard, because of Martin Sheen's role as Captain Willard in Apocalypse Now. That watch was also widely worn in Vietnam. But this has been a top seller for Seiko for the past 20 years. It's now been discontinued, and the prices have been skyrocketing. This particular watch, 3 months ago, it was 2 or 3 months ago, it was $279. When I last checked the internet, I saw one for $415. So, especially with the gray market, the prices are really going up on this watch. Now, this watch has an absolute iconic status in the watch community, and it has a very serious place in horology. This watch is ISO rated. It's an actual dive watch, respected by divers, worn by divers, respected by collectors, by enthusiasts, and by the entire watch collecting community. There's people who have watches worth thousands and thousands of dollars who have this watch in their collection, holding its own. It's an homage to nothing, and it's a must-have. Just a very serious iconic status of this watch. Now, this is the J version. There's also a K version, as we all know. I hope I'm talking, to someone who's looking to get into watches, or looking to become an enthusiast, or to buy their next watch, or to wonder what their next watch should be. But this is the J version. This is JDM for the Japanese domestic market. There's a K version. It's made in Malaysia. But it's the same watch. It has the same 7S26 movement. It's not hackable or windable. For those of us who may not know what hackable means, when you pull the crown out, the second hand continues to move. It's not windable. You have to wear it to keep it wound and in operation, or put it on a winder. But if you don't wind it and it does stop, you just do what we call the Seiko shuffle, and it starts running again. You set it and continue on. Now, before I go on, I'm going to show you the subtle differences in the J and the K. I want to talk about the strap. Now, this is the strap that came on this watch. And to say the least, it's not very comfortable. But it is nice of them. You know, Seiko has to cut corners somewhere. They give you a ton of watch for the money. So a lot of times they cut corners with the straps. But it's very nice of them to give us the imprint here of the Kokusai wave on the strap. But they're just, they're not, I don't think they're rubber. I think they're plastic. They're just hard. They're not comfortable. So I just took that off, put it on a nice NATO. Here it is on the bond strap. So while we're here, you know, for some who may not be familiar with NATO straps, the NATO was invented by the British military during World War II. The idea was that if one of your spring bars broke, that the watch would still be on your wrist. And it does hold the watch very securely to your wrist. I just love this watch, the polishing on the watch. So I was going to show you the differences between the J and the K. The hand's in the way right now, but you can see this white writing down here under diver 200 meters. It says 21 joules. That is indicative of the J model, the Japanese model. And also down here at the 6 o'clock, right there to the left of the 6 o'clock, you can see it says made in Japan. And to the right of the 6 o'clock is the designation of the 7S26 movement. Another difference in this watch is the polishing. It's brushed on top and of the case, and it's polished on the sides. And I hope my camera will focus, because that is just beautiful. Beautiful polishing. Very sharp edges. Very clean, very Saratsu polishing is what they call this. It's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at the lines. Look at how crisp and sharp those lines are. That polishing. Okay, another major difference. Well, not a major difference. Another subtle difference. I'm going to take the strap off and show you here. Is on the back. There is the Kokusai wave of Kinagawa. As you can see, I haven't taken the plastic off the back. But right here, right there, it says Japan. So that's another difference in the K and the J. It's the same watch. A lot of collectors have the J. A lot of times you'll see videos here on YouTube. I'm sorry, it'll be the K. A lot of times you'll see videos here on YouTube. It's the K. It's the same watch. It's just, you know, these just little subtle differences that of the J and the K. The Lume on these watches is just fantastic. Let me give you the Lume shot. Here's the Lume shot. You know, everybody knows Seiko has the greatest Lume. I mean, it's long lasting, and look how bright that is. That's some bright Lume. This Lume has been compared to the Lume that Rolex uses in some videos I've seen here on YouTube. It's just fantastic Lume, and it lasts a long time. Look at that. I love the tip. on the second hand. It's close to the indices. It's easily read. The hands are easily readable. The pip on the bezel, very legible. Everybody knows Seiko has the best lume. It's been compared to Rolex and other watch brands, and it's just so superior and so cool. Okay, that's enough of that. Now, these watches are just infinitely moddable. There's companies that make aftermarket bezels, bezel inserts, crystals, dials, hands, and I thought about modding this watch. You see I have it on a green military NATO now. I thought about modifying this watch with a double dome sapphire crystal, but I found out if you do that, you lose the ISO rating. So I don't want to lose the rating, and I really don't want to do a lot of modifications to this watch to change what it is, to change it from being an XKX to something else. So I'm going to leave the crystal. I have no problem with the Hardlex. People that love this watch, that own this watch, complain about the Hardlex. On the Mon scale of hardness, diamond is a 10, sapphire is a 9, and Hardlex is an 8. Will it scratch? Probably so. I've not had a problem. Will it scratch as easily as some may lead you to believe? No. I don't wear this watch to work. I do construction. I got a little plastic watch I use. But this is my go-to watch. When I'm out and about, doing my business, running errands, out on the weekends, what have you, this is my go-to watch. And I have just not had any problems with the Hardlex. One modification I think I may do is I may go to a sapphire loomed bezel insert, but that will be for another video. But these are just fantastic little tool watches, just ultimate tool watches. This watch, even with its iconic status, you know, it's a movie star. The 009 version, the Pepsi version, same watch, just a different colorway, was on Robert Redford's wrist in the movie All Is Lost. But before that, it's an icon of the industry. It's a watch that is a must-have for many collectors. Like I said, this watch has a serious place in horology. Since it's been discontinued, there's been videos of alternatives to the SKX. There's been videos about the replacement to the SKX. You can forget it. There's no replacement for this watch. There's no watch that has the icon status of this watch. There's no watch that has the respect of this watch. There's no watch that has the place in horology of this watch. I don't want to rebuff anyone. I don't want to make light of anyone, but it's just not replaceable. Okay, they're still out there. They've made a lot of them. If you still want to own an SKX, they're out there. Like I said, about 2-3 months ago, these watches were $279. I got in after it was discontinued. I paid with shipping. I paid $340. And the last time I checked online, I saw one for $415. So the prices are steadily climbing. Let me give you the wrist shot. Here it is on my 7 3/4 inch wrist. These these watches are absolute strap monsters as well, man. I think I had it on a Bond strap earlier. Now I have it on a military. Very versatile watches, brother. It's very versatile. Okay, so hopefully I can do this to the viewfinder. Lug to lug. Alright. It's like 43 millimeters. Yeah. Side to side. It's like 40 millimeters. And it's 22 millimeters on the lug width. They're still out there. They're still available. You can still get these. So if you still want one, they're out there. Go get it. Thank you for watching this video today. My name is Tim Sturdivant. If you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe, and help us to remain part of this YouTube community and this watch collecting community as well. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one.